This is the High Voltage Business Builders Podcast, daily intelligence for serious e-commerce portfolio builders across Amazon, TikTok Shop, Shopify, Walmart, and every channel that moves the needle. Neil Twa and his Voltage team all day, every day since 2012. Let's get into it.
China just changed the rules. And if you sell on Amazon, you're going to feel it, whether you're doing $5,000 a month or $5 million a month. Here's what happened. Beijing has launched a coordinated crackdown on Chinese-based sellers and manufacturers who have been underdeclaring export values, routing revenue through shell entities, and using invoice manipulation to avoid paying taxes on goods sold to American and European consumers through Amazon, Walmart Marketplace, TikTok Shop, and other platforms. This isn't a rumor. Bloomberg reported it. And it's not a small sweep. It's a structural policy shift from the Chinese government targeting the exact supply chain mechanics that have quietly powered a lot of low-cost competition on these platforms for years. Now, if you're a seller doing $10,000 a month and you source from Chinese suppliers, you're probably thinking, that's their problem, not mine. Not quite. When Chinese sellers and factories face higher tax compliance costs, one of two things happens. Prices go up, or the under-the-table advantages that let them undercut you on price disappear. Both of those outcomes affect your competitive landscape directly. If you're doing $100,000 a month or more, you already know that some of your toughest price competitions from direct-from-factory sellers operating on razor-thin declared margins. That arbitrage window is closing. And if you're just getting started, evaluating whether Amazon is even worth it right now, this is actually a moment of real opportunity. The playing field is shifting. Sellers who understand what's happening and move first are the ones who come out ahead. So what exactly is China cracking down on? Why does it matter to your margins? And what should you be doing about it right now? Let's break down the mechanics of what's actually been happening, because this isn't complicated once you see it clearly. For years, a significant portion of Chinese sellers and factories selling on Amazon and other Western platforms have been underdeclaring the value of their exports. They ship a product worth $20 and declare it as worth $4. The result, they pay far less in Chinese export taxes, their cost basis looks artificially low, and they can price their listings in ways that legitimate sellers, whether in the US, UK, or elsewhere, simply cannot match on margin. This practice has been an open secret in the industry. It's part of why you've seen $8 phone cases, $12 kitchen gadgets, and $15 supplements from direct factory accounts that somehow still run profitable operations. The math never fully added up because the declared cost was never the real cost. Now Beijing is closing that gap. Chinese tax authorities are requiring more accurate export valuations, cross-referencing declared values against actual platform revenue data, and in some cases auditing sellers directly. The compliance cost for factories and sellers who built their model around this arbitrage is going up significantly. What does that mean for your business? If you're spending $2,000 a month on inventory and competing against sellers who have been operating with an artificial 30 to 40% cost advantage, that advantage is eroding. Your margins may actually improve, not because you did anything differently, but because the distortion in the market is correcting. For sellers at the $5,000 to $50,000 a month level, this means the price floor in your category may rise. Products that were chronically underpriced by factory direct accounts could stabilize. That's a real opportunity, if you're positioned correctly when it happens. For larger operators managing multiple SKUs across multiple categories, the ripple effects are broader. Supplier pricing, landed cost modeling, and competitive pricing strategy all need to be reassessed now, not after the market moves. Let me give you two sellers, both real situations, one composite, one pattern I've seen directly. First seller, Maya. She runs a home organization brand on Amazon, doing about $30,000 a month in revenue. Her primary product is a modular drawer organizer. Good reviews, solid listing, consistent PPC. Her problem for the last 18 months has been one specific competitor, a factory direct account from Guangdong that sells a nearly identical unit for $2 less and somehow maintains a 4.5-star rating. Maya's margins are around 22%. She's done everything right, optimized her listing, tightened her ad spend, improved her packaging. But she can't close that $2 gap without going underwater. When China's export compliance costs hit that factory account, their effective cost of goods rises. They have two choices: raise their price or absorb the hit. If they raise, Maya's price is suddenly competitive again, and her superior reviews and brand presence become the deciding factor. If they absorb it, they're operating at a loss, which is unsustainable. Either way, Maya's position improves, without her doing a single additional thing. Second seller, a larger operator managing a portfolio of 14 SKUs across 3 categories, doing around $180,000 a month. He'd already noticed pricing anomalies in 2 of his categories, factory direct competition that didn't make economic sense at declared cost. He used this Bloomberg news as a trigger to do a full competitive audit. Which competitors are likely factory direct? Which categories are most exposed to this pricing distortion? And where should he be investing in brand differentiation now before the market stabilizes? He identified 3 SKUs where he'd been underpricing defensively against artificially cheap competition. He raised prices on all 3. Conversion held. Margins went up. This is what sellers who survive platform changes do differently. They see the signal early and act before the market forces them to. 3 moves. Do them in this order. Move 1. Audit your competitive landscape for factory direct pricing distortion. This is where you start, regardless of your volume. Go to your top 2 or 3 competitors in your main category. Look at their seller account age, their review velocity, their pricing relative to what that product should realistically cost to manufacture and land. If a product that costs $8 to $10 to make and ship is selling for $9.99 with a margin that doesn't exist on paper, that's factory direct arbitrage. Flag those listings. They are the most exposed to this regulatory shift. If you're doing $10,000 a month, this takes you 2 hours. If you're doing $200,000 a month, this is a full category analysis. Do it this week. Move 2. Reprice defensively upward, where you've been suppressing your own margins to compete with artificially cheap listings. This is counterintuitive, but it's the right call. If your pricing has been dragged down by competitors whose cost structure is about to change, test a price increase now. Even a 5 to 8% increase on 1 or 2 SKUs, monitored over 30 days, will tell you whether the market actually supports your current price floor or a higher one. A seller doing $15,000 a month recovering 6% margin on their top SKU is real money. That's an extra $900 a month dropping to your bottom line. Move 3. Lock in your supplier relationships and get costs in writing now. Chinese suppliers facing higher compliance costs will pass those costs downstream. If you have a good supplier relationship, now is the time to negotiate a 90 to 180-day price lock. Get it in writing. If you don't have that relationship yet, build it. This is not the moment to be switching suppliers speculatively. Stability in your supply chain is worth more than a 3% savings from an untested factory right now. These 3 moves work whether you're shipping your first container or your 50th. Here's the reality of this business. The sellers who build lasting brands on Amazon aren't the ones who got lucky with a product. They're the ones who understood the environment they were operating in and made moves while everyone else was still reading headlines. What China just did to its export tax enforcement isn't a one-week story. It's a structural shift. And structural shifts create windows. The sellers who see the window and move through it, those are the ones who look back 2 years from now and say, that was the moment things changed for us. Whether you're just starting to evaluate Amazon as a business model, or you're managing a multi-SKU brand doing $80,000 a month, or you're a portfolio operator looking at your next acquisition, this kind of regulatory intelligence is exactly what separates operators who scale from sellers who stall. That's what we do at Voltage. For 13 years, we've been in this business as operators, not coaches, not consultants who watch from the sidelines. We've built brands, sourced products, managed supply chains, run PPC, and navigated every platform shift Amazon has thrown at the market. We work with sellers at every level, from the builder putting together their first product to the operator managing a seven-figure exit. If you want to understand how a shift like this affects your specific business, your category, your margins, your sourcing, that's exactly the conversation we have with people every week. Go to voltagetrading.com. See what 13 years of operator-led experience looks like in practice. And if it makes sense, let's talk. You've been listening to the High Voltage Business Builders podcast. Stay sharp. The market always rewards the prepared. That's a wrap on today's episode. If you're trying to figure out where AI actually fits in your business and where to invest before bolting it on top, head over to voltagedm.com/AI quiz. 5 questions, 60 seconds, a personalized AI readiness score, and an instant foundation gap report. Built for operators, not AI tourists. We'll be back tomorrow with another edge. Until then, stay high voltage.